pretend this is vodka?
You can pretend whatever
I'm not
you want,
drinking
David.
water. I'm drinking.
You can do where you can pretend whatever you want. Whatever world you want to live in, you can ride in it, man. I'm kidding. Hey, welcome to another edition of BearAmerica.tv. I am Paul Leone with
John Pinkerton.
And David Little.
And
Sorry, I got
David,
a little liquid there on my nose.
A little liquid there, yeah. And we are continuing a theme that we have. We've tried in the past, and that's from the Coney Island series of beers of Shmaltz Brewing. And this one is the Human Blockhead, Tough as Nails Lager.
Tough as Nails Lager.
And
it's a 10% lager.
And I know this is the third one that we've done, and it's because they keep sending them to us because we've liked every one that we've tried.
Yep.
And I want to repeat the theme with this. You know, when I first tried these, I bought it simply because I thought it had a cool label.
Yep.
And that only goes as far as a cool label. If the beer sucked, it sucked. But so far, we've liked everything we've tried. I mean, the beers are really good. Shmaltz is brewing a nice beer. This line of beers is really proven to be,
Cheers.
in my opinion, a really solid beer. And I can tell right now. Ooh, see now, all right, Tough as Nails Lager. You know, right away, I would have thought this would have been a golden beer. No?
Well, no. I mean, things like
You can see it's got a little
Bach and,
yeah.
and Doppelbock or
Yeah.
Yeah, 10%. I would be hoping it was
10% alcohol.
I would be hoping that it was more of a Doppelbock kind
Really?
of thing. Yeah, because what you're going to get out of a Doppelbock is going to be more of that nice malt character.
Yeah, that's which I smell a lot of.
Oh, big time! Yeah, like that nose immediately
Yeah,
was just like
just a tad. Yeah, just a
little
tad.
caramel and that.
Oh.
I think I've said before, and actually about the Coney Island beers, I'm not a really.
I got two different little shocks there, but go ahead.
Well, yeah, I think I've said that I'm not a really big lager fan. I tend to go toward the ales. I kind of like those. But when I get a lager, this whole line of Coney Island, I mean, these have all been really, really good. And, this kind of reminds me of, Celebrator, or it's got that American flavor to it still.
Yeah.
But
A little bit.
The malt character to it.
It sort of had. I felt like I had one taste on my tongue, and then as it went down the back of my throat, I got that nice little malty, a little punch there. And I'm not sure if it's you said caramel. I mean, I guess I get a little bit of that. I'm not sure what malts are in this. But it's.
I get a lot of caramel.
Yeah, I think maybe
a lot
that's
of that
what it
kind
was.
Of, I don't know, nutty, toasty, that
Yeah.
kind of. It's but I'm also getting a lot of alcohol there.
Yeah, this is
I mean, you
fair amount.
definitely know it's 10%. That's a
I mean, not so much.
really.
The booziness. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm feeling on the tongue a little bit, is a little bit of the booziness and down the back of the throat. But
I get it.
now that you mention it, but I've noticed it bigger in other beers. Now that you mention it, which you always do, I'm getting it now.
I kind of get it right in the middle of my tongue. Kind of that's where I get. That's where I get alcohol. If I'm drinking,
That maybe
like
that's what I'm feeling when I said it. Just kind of hit me on the tongue a certain
Yeah.
way and went down the back of my throat another way. It's nice.
When I have any kind of white liquor, that's vodka, gin,
White
something
liquor.
White liquor.
Yeah, and now that as I sit here and not have had a drink for the last 60 seconds or so, I've got the alcohol in my mouth. I can taste it. It's nice. It's a really, really well-balanced beer. I enjoy it. I guess it's not what I expected at all. If I'm on the shelf and I'm looking at this lager, I'm thinking, 10%, but it's going to be...
Yeah, I mean that would definitely sort of set you back if you were anticipating, something sort of
something
Pilsner
lighter.
like.
Right.
But lovely malt character,
Yeah.
and very clean lager. Kind of the yeast character here is very clean and mellow.
Right.
There's a little tiny bit of that
Sulfur,
classic lager kind of sulfur note, but not.
It's not a burnt match. It's not a freshly struck match kind of sulfur, but I get some. But I think what they've really nailed on this is it's kind of a classic German lager malt profile, but I still get American. And that's the hopping. So I get some really interesting. And I think that's why I've liked this whole series, is because they're still using a lot of American hops in it. Mm-hmm. So I like those. I like American hops, I think, better than some of the old, what we call the noble hops, the German hops. I like those flavors.
What was the one we tried at the distillery that time?
I think that was...
Sword Swallower?
Sword Swallower.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that being characteristically lager-like, but having sort of an American hop character.
Right. Yep. Yeah, but I think we all agree that, and I know we always say this, we don't rate beers, but we do tend to like, because taste is subjective, a lot of the beers that we taste. I have not tasted any
I've not spit one out yet.
Yeah, right. I have
But
not spit one out
I'm also
yet.
fairly,
There are some that I've liked better than others, I would say.
I think if it was really that bad, we'd just not show it, I guess.
Yeah, you're probably right. We probably wouldn't. But we did in the past, by the way, and I won't tell you what episode. I gave him a beer that was sitting in my garage for a year and a half, and he went through the whole episode until afterwards I told him, he's like, there's a little bit of oxidation going on in that beer. But I'm not going to tell you which one it was. Didn't want to say, but he appreciated it. So thanks for playing along.
Took one for the team there.
Yeah, he took one for the team, but it was a good beer without, Anyway, I digress. But this whole series so far.
I just kind of go.
But I haven't had a single one like that. I really haven't. And again, thank you to the folks from Shmaltz for sending this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Again. They've been big fans of us, and they watch us, and they always, after I do one of these, they say, hey, can you send it to us? And they keep, all of this stuff. So thank you.
Yeah, they are. If you've not been out to their website, Jeremy has just got this interesting sense of humor, certainly. I mean, he celebrates both the beer and his heritage. And it's a lot of fun to play out there. And Jeremy's a great guy just to hang out with. He's a lot of fun. If you ever get a chance to go to one of their beer dinners, do it, because it's always going to be a show.
Lots of diversity in their beer. So much, if you see these on the aisle, they're very cool. They've got a lot of very cool labels. Yep. The beer is just as good. So
Indeed.
Yeah, indeed. So thank you to the folks of Shmaltz.
Cheers,
thank
guys.
you, gentlemen. Cheers.
Oh.
Ding, ding.
I feel like I should almost be wearing lederhosen. It's like Stark Beer's all over it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It is nice and kind of dangerous, really.
Really dangerous.
That alcohol is there, but
yeah.
I could tell that if I had a couple, I probably wouldn't taste it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder here. Let's see.
Oh, David's whipping out the cheese now.
David cut the cheese earlier.
Actually, yeah.
And now he's eating it. How does it taste with that, by the way?
Oh, that's kick-ass.
David is trying a spicy cheese with this. Yes? No?
Yeah. It's called Heat from Sweetgrass down in Thomasville, Georgia. Little tiny artisanal dairy.
Yes.
Actually, the alcohol really helps. Well,
I was going to say, the alcohol kind of the heat of the cheese kind of accentuates the alcohol.
Yep.